The duality of the My Hero Academia community is on full display. Within minutes, when the leaks for Chapter 429 came out late last night, you had posts like this being made. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to miss My Hero Academia's manga, but I'm not going to miss this. It has been something that has been ongoing within the My Hero Academia community for so long at this point, for almost a decade, since My Hero Academia has hit 10 years, 10-year anniversary. There has been constant slander and heinous things that has been thrown at Horikoshi over the years. I have made constant videos discussing it, and seeing this type of stuff that is going to happen, and it's only going to increase with time, it's legitimately heartbreaking, because the main theme of My Hero Academia has never been about the romance pairings to ships, etc. It's literally just been about a coming-of-age story, heroes versus villains, and ideals. Clash of ideals, so to speak, to fix society. And the fact that you have a big chunk of the My Hero Academia community, they might not be like 50% of the community, but a very big vocal community of My Hero Academia that basically only talks about the pairings, and the only thing that matters is the pairings. This is what people are going to remember My Hero Academia from. And that's sad, because I know My Hero Academia is not perfect. It's not. I have a lot of problems with the final half of the story. I've talked about it, people have disagreed with me, completely fine. But the point is despite my inherent issues with My Hero Academia, it is still a good shonen. It is. It's a good shonen. It's got good themes and good messages. It tells a story of don't give up, etc. It's a fundamental, traditional shonen. And I think Horikoshi did a good job with what he has done. He did the best he could, and regardless if you disagree with that, that's completely fine. But I think he did a good job overall to follow tradition and just give a good message to those that were weekly readers. And it's sad that the message that Horikoshi tries to tell people is lost on a lot of people because they focus on stuff like this. And it's so upsetting, man. It's so upsetting because it's like, this is going to be something that is going to continuously be talked about for years to come, because to this very day, there's evidence for this. Think of Naruto or Bleach. Good examples here. Like, to this very day, people always argue and bicker about who Naruto should have ended up with. For instance, people say Naruto should have ended up with, say, Sasuke or Sakura, and, him ending up with Hinata made no sense whatsoever, which is... I'm not even going to get into that one. But the point is just like, you have arguments about that. And the same can be said for Bleach. People constantly argue that Ichigo should have been with, Rukia. But it's just like, no, from the very beginning, even in the manga, it's very clear Ichigo had some feelings for Orihime. So it's just like, to this very day, that is a big discussion and topic that has continuously happened to this very day within the manga community. And the fact that, this is probably going to be something that's going to be talked about for a very long time is genuinely upsetting, because people are not going to talk about the actual themes of the story with Shigaraki and all that. They're going to just talk about, oh, Izuku should have ended up with Bakugou. Oh, Izuku should have ended up with All Might. Oh, Izuku should have ended up with Tsuyu. You have that type of stuff. And it's just like, oh my goodness. Oh, it's tiring, man. It's legitimately tiring. I do want to say something, by the way. So, the chapter isn't officially out at this time. There's only image leaks and summary leaks, as you can see here on screen. The chapter isn't even fully out to read yet. And even on pirate sites, FYI, for confirmation there. And obviously, you already see stuff kind of like this. People just reacting in such a negative way. And it's probably only going to get worse. Once the chapter officially comes out, once people are able to actually read the chapter, you're going to probably see way more comments like this. I mean, so much toxicity is going to happen around this. I mean, FYI, another little story that kind of relates to this, it goes back to Bleach. If anyone remembers Byakuya, if you've watched the anime, FYI, this is a slight spoiler, but if you've watched the 1,000-Year Blood War, you'll know about this. But Byakuya, in 1,000-Year Blood War, he was supposed to die in the anime. Yeah, I think everybody will probably remember the scene where it looks like he died. But he didn't die because Tite Kubo, the author of Bleach, was pressured because there was a lot of fangirls and fanboys, etc. of him that just sent Tite Kubo so many, threats, etc. And basically he was pressured into bringing the character back. And this is something that has continuously happened to a lot of authors, and definitely Horikoshi-sensei. And it's just crazy that this is probably going to get even worse as time goes on, and I hope that Horikoshi honestly doesn't stay on the internet much. I hope that he zones out and he just doesn't read anything, because for a fact this would definitely dampen his mood, especially with the story he's trying to tell. But getting into the main point, though, the chapter overall I only know from summary from what I can read, and I don't know if it's fully accurate, but from what I can gather is that it's not even officially confirmed if Bakugou, or not Bakugou, if Izuku and Ochako get together. More or less, they come together, you know, Izuku's there to help out Ochako in her time of need because she's very upset, tries to make her happy, and they smile at the end here, etc. And it kind of implies maybe there's feelings that they're going to go out or something, but it's never confirmed, at least from what I can see so far, that they are going out. Now, obviously, chapter 430, the next chapter, which is the last chapter of My Hero Academia, you know, it probably is going to have a time skip, and it's going to probably showcase who is with who most likely to some degree, unless there's an extra chapter that Horikoshi releases with a volume release or something. But, for the most part, it doesn't even confirm if they're together, but they probably are, honestly. So, you know, for instance, the Boku Deku shippers to, like, you know, the Toga, you know, Ochako shippers, they're on, not even on life support, they flatlined, so to speak. It's just, wild time period, man. As a My Hero Academia fan, it has just been absolutely nutty at this point. And I cannot believe we have stuff like this in this day and age. And it's only going to get worse. I am legitimately curious. Once My Hero fully wraps up, like it's done, I am curious on what series is going to get this fan base. I mean, if I had to take an educated guess, judging by the new shonen that's in the magazine, since JJK is going to be wrapping up as well soon, I'm going to take a guess and say that it's probably going to be Kagurabachi. That might get this fan base. That might have most of the community of My Hero Academia shift over to Kagurabachi. That's my educated guess. I could be wrong, but that's what I assume. One thing I will say, though, is My Hero Academia, it will be missed when it ends, but I'm not going to miss this type of stuff. I'm not. So, good riddance to that. I want to talk about this before, you know, the chapter officially comes out. As I feared, the radioactive toxic community is happening, and it's only going to get worse. So make sure you put your hazmat suits on, everybody. But be safe, stay healthy, and I love you guys. Chibi out.